two major controversial judgments by Tanko administration that shook Nigeria, that people were wondering what kind of judgment is this. The tomorrow is still considered controversial, even when the man is no longer in the aim of affairs, reference is still being made to it. Well, whatever a man sow, whatever a man do, it will always show, and people will always make reference to it that yes, this is right or this is wrong. This country, we must do what is right and what is good for our nation. There's no point, no doing things on your own detriment. People will always talk whether good or bad. But one thing I know about Supreme Court judgment is that it is not done by one person alone. It is a set of people that take decision, whether the decision is favorable or not. Nobody can take all their. That's why they are called Supreme Court justice. Whatever decision they take, honestly, no one can change it. It is a final in this country, and so whatever we get, it is not one man's decision. I'm sure that decision, Tanko alone wouldn't have been able to take it. His own is to make sure that there is no crisis. He gets in there, whatever the tide is, if there's a tide, he can decide to swim to any position. So let's listen and let's look at what those controversial judgments are. Justice Muhammad Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad recently resigned as the Chief Justice of Nigeria, citing ill health. Even though so many people have said it is not ill health alone, that there are some corruption. A letter was written some weeks ago against him by members of the same Supreme Court justice, and part of the reason they raised is that there's allegation on corruption. Even the National Assembly has called out that he should be tried. We don't know whether it will take us to, whether it will happen or not, we don't know. Mohammed was appointed by President Muhammadu Buhari in January 2019 following the suspension of Walter Onoge due to a false asset declaration. Tanko Mohammed's replacement, Justice Olua Kayode Ariwola, has been sworn in as the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria. However, the two major controversial judgments delivered by the Supreme Court during Tanko's administration include one, Imo State governorship election case. In a controversial judgment delivered by the Supreme Court in January 2020, Emeka Ihedioha was sacked as the governor of Imo State and Hope Uzodinma was installed as the governor. And everybody is talking even till tomorrow, and they refer to Uzodinma as Supreme Court governor. The decision of the Apex Court generated a lot of reactions in the country because Ihedioha, who was the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, won the Imo governorship election in 2019, and Hope Uzodinma, who was the candidate of the All People's Congress, took the fourth position in the election. The announcement of Uzodinma as the winner of the election by the Supreme Court still shocked many Nigerians till today, as some nicknamed him Supreme Court Governor. Number two judgment was Bayelsa State governorship election. In February 2020, the Supreme Court also nullified the victory of the All Progressive Congress candidate David Leon in the Bayelsa State governorship election conducted in November 2019. Leon's victory was nullified a few hours before his inauguration as the governor of Bayelsa State. The governor-elect was on the field planning for the ceremony when the judgment was delivered. Leon's victory was nullified because his running mate allegedly submitted fake credentials to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Diodiri, who took the second position in the election, was sworn in as the governor of Bayelsa State. These are the two controversial judgments that until tomorrow everyone is still talking about it. But the question for me is that the parties must do the needful. When a candidate is submitting his document for election, there should be people to check before it is forwarded to INEC. If there's anything that is not right, there is no point covering anything. You know, one thing about law is when you go to the court, it is what you ask for that they will judge on. It is not what you don't ask. They won't go and begin to bring what you didn't ask for. I'm sure PDP in Bayelsa State asked for something and they focus on the document of the deputy governor candidate of APC, and at the end of the day, they got judgment based on that which affected the governor-elect. And so there's no controversy in this. the judgment of the Supreme Court was based on evidence before them. There was no way they will have tampered with anything. So when you are going to court, know what to ask for. If you go to court believing that the court should be able to see what you don't know or give you judgment on what you don't ask for, honestly, that may be a thing that will not work. So anybody going to court, go to court based on facts, information that you know cannot be controverted, and that you know that will give you justice at the end of the day. The court, that is why if you look at it, the court, those signs that you see there, that a face is tied, is to tell you that the court is blind to anything that you didn't present. The moment you present your case, it's there for them to give you justice. But the moment you don't ask for anything pertaining to that case in the court, nobody will give it to you. There's no free lunch in any court of the law in this country. Well, that is the opinion of some people that Tanko gave those two judgments, and they see those two judgments as being controversial. What is your own opinion? Are those two judgments controversial? The one in Imo State, a governor that came forth becoming the governor that was sworn in, and the governor that won the election because of the acts of the deputy governor not filling the right documents, the election was given to another, the victory was given to another party. What is your own opinion about this? Should the court grant things that you don't ask for when you appear for any judgment? Kindly make your own opinion known as you subscribe to my page. Thank you, good day, and God bless.